Thank you for joining me today. I'm happy to be with you. I am sitting in front of the Roman Catholic Cathedral, though I'm looking into the cathedral and I'm giving you a view from my back, which is the outside, so that you can see some of the beauty of creation. I am Father Vibert Stevens, and I am from the Roman Catholic Diocese of Bridgetown here in Barbados. Today, I continue my sharing with you during this time of national close down on the occasion of the coronavirus that is devastating the world. I would like to address you on a particular concern, and it is really some consideration in dealing with stress. Now, one of the things that affect us at home is that we keep rubbing each other's shoulder. We are encountering the same person every day, morning, noon, and night. And especially if it's somebody that you don't really like, you have problems with, it is not easy. And tension can be built up between individuals within the home. You can become very frustrated seeing this person every day. I even been irritated by hearing the person talk and move. Something can set us off. Tension can be built. And again, we also have tension being built up with us going out to shop at a particular time, regulated time. We don't like regulation. We don't like people to tell us when and what to do things. And this in itself, queuing up for hours and in the hot sun, maybe if there is drizzle, we still have to take it. This itself can build up tension because you want to secure yourself and you don't want this disease to be caught in any way, or you don't want to affect anyone in any way. So this is not an easy task. I would like to share with you 3 points in which we can use to deal with tension at this particular time. And the first consideration that I offer is communication. This is not verbal communication. It is not the kind of communication where we speak or we say something or we hear something. No. It is a non-verbal communication that we must look out for. Within the home, there are persons who will be speaking in a way that we need to see and observe. We call it body language. Look at the children. See if they are keeping to themselves, if they are becoming silent or too silent, withdrawn all the time, pulling into themselves, if they are getting irritated or angry with the behavior, stamping. Look at all this kind of behavior and see what is going on there. You need to look at yourself too and to see if you are displaying the same kind of behavior. Observe one another. There is a non-verbal language that is taking place. It means that the person is reaching out for help in some way, and you can only respond to it through observation and perhaps be able to offer some solution or some way out for the individual. So that is for nonverbal communication. The second means I offer for dealing with stress. I call it to set the setting of boundaries. We don't like boundaries. We don't like regulation. We don't like, as I said, to be told what to do, when to do, and so on. We want the freedom to act. And when that is not there, it can lead to a lot of problems. In our homes, you need to have regulations. You need to set boundaries. Set boundaries for the children, for yourselves. Let everyone know the don'ts and the do's so that you will have a particular kind of outcome. And by having this outcome, you'll be able to know what to expect from what not to expect. So we have the nonverbal communication, we have the setting of boundaries, and finally, to deal with stress, we have the changing of attitude. Now, I remember hearing Martin Luther King saying once that behavior cannot be legislated, but it can be regulated. So you can make a law to decide on behavior, but you can regulate someone's behavior. Now, we are in the business in this world to change people. Now, that is a fundamental mistake we make. We always think we can change somebody, but we can't change some person. People have particular structure in their being that they have been so for long. And the only way change could come is if they decided that they need the change, unless something happened to bring about this radical change. Now, you cannot change and you cannot make rules to change anybody's behavior. We can set boundaries, we can read nonverbal communication, but we cannot make people change and make them behave properly. We can give advice, but I could say one thing. If there should be any change, the changes must come from you. We must be the one to change. We must change ourselves, remake ourselves, renew ourselves. That is what it means. That's what St. Paul keeps saying. A renewal of your mind, a renewal of your heart, a renewal of your spirit. That is what it means. We must renew ourselves. Change must come from us, must come from within, where we change our attitude and our way of being.